Good morning, everyone. It's 10 a.m. I'd like to welcome everybody to the November 1st, 2021 Commission meeting and call it to order. Ellen, do we have any public comment?
We do. Mr. Ken Hines.
Mr. Hines, don't mind step back down to the microphone, please, sir.
Pardon me?
Step back down here to the microphone, please.
I didn't launch my glasses this time. I hope you don't mind if I read the same comments to you.
No, be glad to. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you, Chairman Daly and members of the Commission, for hearing my comments. Thank you also for the action you are proposing to correct the impact of the previous redistricting proposal on the black population in Commission District 3. I understand that County Engineer Mark Massey was instrumental in preparing that change, and I thank him also. Your new proposal demonstrates your sensitivity to some of the circumstances that selectively affect black people and their access to our public institutions. I hope you won't mind if I expand on that. Black people have experienced our country differently from most others. Their history as slaves and as victims of Jim Crow laws, separate but equal education, and isolated neighborhoods gives them a perspective worthy of everyone's attention. It is a perspective that should be at the table when governments at all levels are making decisions. We have singled out black people for mistreatment throughout most of our history. I request now that you single them out again, but this time by continuing a dialogue with the NAACP on how we might reorganize our county to give them a realistic chance of electing a black person to the Limestone County Commission. Other local governments have done that, and it is a benefit to all. I am a white person concerned about the absence of black voices among our elected officials. I do not believe that we have a government of, by, and for the people if some of the people must speak only from the audience and never from behind the gavel. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hines.
Thank you.
Do we have any more, Ellen?
We do not.
All right, thank you. Moving on, Ellen, would you please call roll?
Commissioner Samet.
Here.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Here.
Commissioner Black.
Here.
Commissioner Townsend.
Here.
Commissioner Barksdale, you want to listen to Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen. Thank you, sir. All righty. Starting out first on the agenda, I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes from October the 18th of 2021. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black, second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with the minutes? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Aye.
Commissioner Samet.
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Next on here, I'll ask for a motion to approve claims in the amount of $2,794,859.80. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Samet. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with it? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Samet.
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend.
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale.
Aye.
Commissioner Black.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Do we have any conflicts of interest for anything coming from the commission today?
Mr. Chairman, I'll be abstaining from a vote on a personnel action.
Thank you, Commissioner Townsend. Any other conflicts? All right, no other conflicts. Moving on to resolutions and order. We only have one resolution order on here today. Will be to approve a resolution approving of conveyance of 1 acre of its real property located at the corner of Blackburn Road and US 72 to the Health Care Authority of Limestone County in Athens, Alabama, known as doing business as Athens Limestone Hospital, for the purpose of operating a medical facility to provide medical services and health care to the general public and citizens of Limestone County. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black, second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with this piece of property?
Yeah, I'll just briefly discuss what I talked about in the work session. This is a building called the Blackburn Center. It's right on the corner of Highway 72 and Blackburn, as the resolution here says. This is a building that was owned by the Board of Education about 3 years ago. I started looking at trying to figure out a way to get a satellite station out toward the west part of the county for ambulance service or for being assistance with accidents, wrecks, any type of problems that you may have where you need medical personnel. Worked it out with the Board of Education. We took it over. We got the deed worked out, and now I have discussed it with each of you in the last session, in the last work session, and I've met with the people at the hospital, and they are in agreement. They would like to accept it, which would provide ambulance service for the Reed community. Well, it would provide it for the whole county because they may have to send this over to Capshaw or they may have to send this to Ardmore, but at least we have a station out there that if they are on site, it's closer for Clements, Owens, Reed, Huntsville, Browns Ferry area, Ripley Road, that whole area right there. It will provide closer service for them. So I'm excited to be able to bring this to the work session and have it approved today if at all possible. Thank you.
And the one thing I will say, note on that, seconds in emergency is life-saving, so I want to thank everybody's efforts for working with this. All right, so we got to the second, need a vote. Call in for a vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We have no contracts, agreements, and grants. I have asked for a motion for two budget revisions. The first one is for the insurance at the library, for the Athens Public Library down here, and the other one will be for equipment in the litter patrol. The first one is for $6,606, and the other one will be for $43,650. Do I have such a motion for these two budget revisions?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with either one of them? For the top one, we pay half the insurance at the library, and the city pays half, so that's just our half of it. So, all right, no more discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We have no emergency purchases, no board appointments today. Award of bids. We have one bid here to award for sanitary supplies with paper twine, American Paper and Twine, for $2,538.23. Be for sanitary supplies. Do I have such a motion to approve this bid?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. To have a second. Second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion with this bid? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. First, under personnel action, I'll ask for a motion to approve to hire Mallory Townsend as a communications officer pending a drug screening. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
Second it.
Second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion with it? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Abstain.
Motion carries by 3, and 1 abstention. So moving on, we have a second on here. We have to approve to promote Irma Mayela Sagadio Flores from the tag clerk to the title clerk in the License Commission office. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Sammet. Any discussion with it? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Third on here will be to approve to transfer Molly Peck Hamilton from administrative clerk to tag clerk in the License Commission office. To have such a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale. To have a second.
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Fourth on here will be to approve to amend the staffing plan to change HR coordinator to payroll coordinator and change staffing plan, staff accountant to HR specialist. Do I have such a motion to approve this?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with it? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Salmon?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Fifth on here will be to approve the job description for payroll coordinator and HR specialist. Do I have such a motion to approve those two job descriptions?
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. I have a second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion with either one of them? No discussion, I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Sixth on here will be to promote Rodney Elkins, a.k.a. Talbot. That Rodney throws me a flip. To Equipment Operator 1/Litter Patrol Driver in District 4, with which is paid for out of the Gasoline and Solid Waste Fund. Do I have such a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Townsend. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And seventh on here will be to approve family medical leave of absence for Joe Moss beginning November the 22nd of 2021, and it will be ending January the 14th of 2022. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Sammet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Black. Any discussion with it? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. I'll ask for a motion to approve the 22 merit increases as listed below. Do I have such a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Black. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with anybody on there? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously, and at this point, I'll turn it over to Engineer Mr. Massey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have 6 subdivisions for your consideration today. We have Albert Fogg Farm subdivision. This is a replat of Tract 8. This is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 3 lots in District 2. This is the west side of Oakdale Road, approximately 1/4 mile south of Highway 251. We have Oakleaf Estate subdivision, replat of lots 2A and 3A. This is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 1 lot in District 2. This is approximately 1 1/4 mile north of Highway 72 on the east side of East Limestone Road. We have Lindsay and Grisham Acres. This is number 2. This is a replat of lots 1, 2, and 3. For a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots from the 3 in District 2 at 17815 Wells Road. Elk River Mills subdivision. This is a replat of Tract 4, minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 4. This is approximately 1 mile west of Alabama Highway 99, north side of Elk River Mills Road. And we have the estates at Piney Chapel. This is a replat of lots 9 through 17. This is a minor for preliminary and final, affecting 5 lots in District 1. This is east side of Piney Chapel and Duggar Road intersection. And then Shaw Estates replat of part of Lot 1. This is a minor for preliminary and final, creating 2 lots in District 3. This is southeast corner of Snake and Ripley Road intersection. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Boy. I'll ask for a motion to approve the 6 subdivisions as submitted by our engineer, Mr. Massey.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Black, second by Commissioner Barksdale. Any discussion with any subdivision on there? No discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
And for the record here, as many subdivisions we're adding, this next census tract will even be even harder, the way this county is going to grow the next time. So, motion carries unanimously. All right, under other business, I'll ask for a motion to approve the 8 items listed below, just surplus items out of the maintenance department. So I'll ask for a motion to approve those, sell those 8 items.
Make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Barksdale,
I'll second.
second by Commissioner Townsend. Any discussion with any one of the surplus items on there? I know Jason Black's looking for a full polish.
Yes.
All right. Anyways.
No cord.
No cord, yeah. All right, so no more discussion. I'll call for the vote.
Commissioner Barksdale?
Aye.
Commissioner Townsend?
Aye.
Commissioner Sammet?
Aye.
Commissioner Black?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We have no scheduled public hearing. At this time, report of officers, Commissioner Sammet.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to welcome Mr. Deal. Got to talk to him for a few minutes there. You're going to have to practice. Mark never did get in here until 1 minute before the meeting, so I think you'll get it down. But we appreciate you and look forward to working with you if that's whatever. But anyway, on our road projects, Elkmont, the city of Elkmont, Danny Crawford awarded them money to pave their Sandlin Road and a few other roads right there to get them the city limits part. And of course, this will be Rebuild Alabama money to be used on that. And then hopefully next spring, I'll use my federal money and we'll bring that project on out to the interstate. But that's about a 2,500 vehicle a day road right there, and it's highly traveled, with heavy traffic. But hopefully we'll have that going. And then Mark and I met with Lincoln County last week and had a really successful meeting with them. It'd be a joint venture on State Line Road right out of Ardmore up on dividing Tennessee and Alabama up there. I think we'll get everything worked out. We've got a bridge to deal with, but once we get it, I think everything will go good. But it did. We had a real good meeting and saw kind of how they operate in another state too. So anyway, everything's looking good. Appreciate everybody coming out today on the redistricting issue. We as commissioners serve the whole county. We're elected by districts, but we represent the whole county. And I want everybody to know that, and we'll do the best job we can. But that's all I have, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, and thank you all for coming out.
I don't have anything.
You don't have anything, Mr. Marshall? All right, Commissioner Black?
Paving crew will be in my district next week, I think is what we're looking at, maybe Monday, Tuesday, because of the breakdown of the equipment. So I still got those two small projects that will be finished. We're still cutting sides of the roads. We haven't got everything done the second time. After we do that, we'll be moving down to the Lucy's Branch, and we'll be cutting that. It's about 7 acres down there. We'll cut it back. That's the deal that we have with TVA. We're hauling today for District 4. I guess y'all are building a road up or something. And then today's the day on my calendar that we started preparing for our winter work. So I've got a clutch that we've gone to pick up today to put in the ice truck. We're also greasing everything today, because if you wait till December or January to start working on that stuff, it's not going to work. And as we know, with everything going on, you can't get parts. So we order the parts today. Maybe we'll have them by February when we have an ice storm. So we started doing that today. So that's it. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Townsend?
Yeah, all I got is Chapman Hollow project. Jason mentioned it. We're trying to finish up that end down there, building the road up. Hopefully we get that done by maybe next week, and we'll be through with that and open the road back up. And then I think, Mark, you've planned to come in, maybe do some leveling after that, and we'll have all the drainage done and the leveling, and then we'll just be waiting on the bridge or the bridge culvert to put in. So, and we're cutting sides of the roads. We're just about done. I think we're on maybe this week we'll finish up with that, our second round, and we'll get ready for winter. That's all I've got.
All right, I have several things today, but first I want to thank everybody for coming out today with the input on the redistricting maps. I know it's a hard process, and I want to thank the engineering department for working hard. I mean, like I said, everybody else went home to their families, and we stayed here and worked on maps on Friday trying to get something together. So I want to thank everybody for coming out with the public input on that. Second of all, I want to congratulate the East Limestone volleyball team. They came up runner-up in the state 5A playoffs, so congratulate them out there. I had some parent reach out to me and wanted me to recognize them, so recognize them. And another thing is I want to talk about is I want to thank Walmart for the donation for the candy for the trick-or-treating on the square. We had tons of children out playing on the square, running around. It was a great night out last night. And I want to thank all first responders, record services, sheriff's department. Me and some of the commissioners was out there. It was just it was a wonderful night to see all the little kids dressed up and having fun. It was wonderful. So thank them for that. Veterans Day Parade will be the Saturday the 11th. Saturday at 11. So don't forget about our Veterans Day and Veterans Day Parade. And I want to thank all vets that served. We won't have a meeting between now and then, so I want to thank everybody. Merchants Alley will have their ribbon cutting Friday at 5 over here. And Terry Richardson has done an outstanding job of revamping that little area and turning it into. We've got a photo of Brittany Howard painted up there and some other stuff. It's some really nice area. If you hadn't seen it, you need to walk over and look at it. It's really beautiful. let's say Arbor's Chamber is having their thing at the Vets Museum at noon Wednesday. The 4-H kids have invited all of us commissioners out to go out on a cotton gin field trip. We're one of these areas that, even though we're growing industrial-wise, we also have got a new cotton gin built in this county, and that they're carrying all the 4-H kids down there to that, and so we have all kind of industry in this county, and I'm thankful for that. So I'll be looking forward to going out with them this week. The last thing on my mind is the courthouse. We lighted up several different colors. We've lighted up the other night blue and gold for Down syndrome, and we've done it for breast cancer this month and other things. But one of the things that's near and dear to my heart is on the 27th of October, it was lit up red for dyslexia. I've struggled with it all my life. I've got a son that struggles drastically. I've overcome every obstacle in my life by making myself work hard at it. It's still hard for me today. Sitting here reading something, I had to read it twice before I could pronounce it out to the public. So you can overcome any obstacle if you try hard enough. And like I said, and if you have a child that struggles with dyslexia, when I was in school, it wasn't near as many programs out there as it is today. But we partnered with the city of Athens and to turn the courthouse red. And that's why I wore my red sweater today, to represent that. If you have a child that struggles with dyslexia, it's hard to admit that you have a child that struggles. But please, get out there and get them a 504 plan. That is the best thing I've ever done, because we've got to move forward, and I think that he has done so much better this year with the education with that plan. So I just want to thank the educators that work with the dyslexic children and all special needs child. So with that being said, we will adjourn until Monday, November the 15th of 2021 at the Clinton Street Courthouse Annex, 100 Clinton Street, right here where we're at today. Thank everybody for being here.